So while I'm waiting on my friends, I decided to just go ahead and film a book review. So these are actually 3 books, and I think they're like little mini series of in Fear Street. I'm sorry, more Fear Street books. I love Fear Street. I love R.L. Stein. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into the book review. Sorry if I'm seeming distracted. Somebody keeps messaging me while I'm trying to film this video, and it's not my friends. Like, I wouldn't consider this person a friend, really, but I shouldn't say that because that's mean, but anyway. So, the first one in this series is 99 Fear Street, The House of Evil, and it's called The First Horror. Now, this book was super crazy to me because, instead of, like, it always being, like, a person killing people, it was, like, spirits, like, hurting and killing people. It was such an interesting book. I enjoyed it so much. I just don't want to spoil anything for you guys because it was really good. But if I say anything else, I'm going to spoil the whole book. Like, it was just so good. It was supernatural, and it was so crazy. One of the people that they killed off was, like, a surprise to me. Like, I never thought they would do this in a book. But I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, that's the name of this book. If you ever see it in a bookstore or online, I recommend you buy it. It's really good. And next is the second horror, which is also like obviously the sequel to it. This one was even better. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. I was so surprised. Like, the ending was like a twist I never saw coming. I was so shocked by it. I really, really enjoyed the second one, like, even more than the first one. I just couldn't believe how well written it was, how interesting it was. Like, it kept my interest the entire time. Both books did. They had my interest the entire time. I was so entertained. I really, really enjoyed it. It was such good writing. And the next one is the third horror, which is the last one in this series. Okay, so this one, I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it. It was good. I just don't think it had as many twists and turns like it did in the first 2 books. Like, the first 2 books were like more shocking, more horrifying, more interesting. This one was interesting, but obviously the first 2 were a lot better in my personal opinion. I did enjoy them. So yeah, so if I had to rank these books, the third would be last, then the second one, and then the first one. So there's really no point in really ranking them because I already told you what I thought. But to give these a rating, I'll give this one, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was really good. It really piqued my interest. Well, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It piqued my interest. It was interesting. I really enjoyed it. Wait, I made a mistake on the ranking. Hold on, before I get to the other part of it. I would actually say the third one is still last, then the first one, and then the second one would be first. So yeah, so this is a 7 out of 10. This next one, the second one, I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it was really, really interesting, and the twist at the end was very surprising. I really enjoyed it. Loved it so much. Like, I would read the second one just by itself, but I've never read these before, so I've had them forever, so I need to read them, so I'm going to read them. And then the third one, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Like, it was good. It was still entertaining, but it just wasn't as good as the other 2. And that's why it has a lower ranking, but it was still well written. I still enjoyed it. Still found it interesting. Like, there was still a little bit of shock and twists and turns. And I thought they were never going to discuss some of the characters that have, like, been throughout the entire series, and they finally did. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. And I enjoyed it a lot. Like, it was so good. But, yeah, I would definitely recommend these books. They're so good. I love R.L. Stein. I feel like I'm biased because I really like R.L. Stein. But if you get, like, if you get the second book, do not read the back of it because I accidentally spoiled it for myself, so I know who died in the book. And I was so upset because I didn't think that it was gonna say who actually died on the back of the book, and the second one, and in the third one too. So if you get all three, do not read the backs of them because you will spoil it for yourself. So we got the first horror, the second horror, and the third horror. I have more R.L. Stine books I'm going to read. I have one more that I'm going to read, and hopefully I'll finish that up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!